We were talking about how we got our first snowfall here in the Chicagoland area yesterday. Out here in the suburbs, it was a dusting. They actually got the most in the West Loop, which is right where my daughter is at UIC. I think they got 2 to 3 inches of snow there. We got a dusting out here. And so we were talking about it, and this person says, does UIC get lake effect snow? And the answer is a resounding fuck yeah. Now, obviously, it depends on which way the wind is blowing. For those of you who don't know what lake effect snow is, it's when the cold winds pick up more moisture off of Lake Michigan, and that turns into snow, and that can really dump an incredible amount of snow on people. When you look at a map, Chicago sits on the west side of Lake Michigan. On the southern tip of Lake Michigan, you have northwest Indiana, and on the east side of Lake Michigan, you have Michigan. The east side of Lake Michigan, the towns along the lake in Michigan, they get the most because the winds blow typically west to east. And so as the winds howl across the lake, it picks up more moisture and it just dumps feet of snow on those initial communities right along the lakefront. In northwest Indiana, sometimes those winds blow from, they move from west to east to north to south, and as the winds howl down the length of the lake, they're picking up all kinds of snow, and it just dumps snow. It's a phenomenon, right? So we're only 40 minutes from northwest Indiana. We could have literally sun shining here in the southwest suburbs of Indiana while they're getting 1.5 feet of snow in the southwest suburbs of Chicago, while they're getting 1.5 feet of snow in northwest Indiana. It happens more often than you would think of. UIC. So as the winds come down off the lake and they're hitting northwest Indiana, they're kind of scraping along the very easternmost parts of Chicago, the shit that's right against the lakefront. So Soldier Field and Navy Pier and places like that can get buried in lake effect snow as the winds kind of teeter in either direction. And as they teeter over towards Chicago, it can expand a mile or two inland and just dump more snow onto there. As you can see by looking at the right side of this map, here's Lake Michigan. Okay, here, up here, this is Navy Pier. You got your downtown area in here, and you got the lakefront along here. You see all of these red icons right here? Those are various spots in the UIC campus. Like those red icons are where my daughter lives, goes to school and whatnot. So a mile-ish from the lake, when the winds just hit just right, yeah, I could be getting 1/2 inch of snow out here in the suburbs, and my daughter could get 12 inches of snow, 14 inches of snow at her campus. Happens all the time.